Hey guys, it's Mrs. Brandy coming to you from the kitchen. So we are going to be making some fried apples today. So anytime you cook, you want to start out with like a basic recipe, and the more you cook, the more your recipe becomes part of who you are. So we got several things that we need to look at today. So some of our equipment, we have an apple core. If you've never used one of these, they're pretty cool. You can place it on your apple and press down, and it makes it into nice little wedges. We're gonna give an apple peeler a go today. This will actually core and peel. It'll even slice your apple if you want it to, but we're not doing slices. We just want it cored. We want wedges, not slices. And then we also have two different measuring spoons. We've got a teaspoon, the one in my right hand, smaller, and a tablespoon. Okay, it's a little bit bigger. 3 of these fit into one of those. So you got to learn your measurement tools so you know how much to put in there. I'm also going to use like a spatula and probably some tongs. Okay, so I think that was all the tools. Now the materials that we're going to use. So it is apple picking season. So I have a peck of Jonathan apples. Jonathan apples are typically for cooking, so apple pies, tarts, those kinds of things all use those types of apples, but it can use any crisp hard apples. So like the Granny Smith, which is my favorite apple, Honeycrisp, Jonathan, those all work well for fried apples. So we're going to use some apples. So each of you is going to have an apple. We're going to use some butter. Okay, half a cup of butter. I'm sorry, half a stick of butter. Wanted to show you, very similar, butter and margarine. Butter is solid as a rock. So tomorrow when you come in, you'll notice that yours is not solid because I'm going to leave it out so that it is soft enough for us to use. This I can literally squeeze with my hand. This is margarine. It is made with oil products. So this is real cow butter. This is made from oil. So this is really a better option when you're cooking whole butter. So we're going to use unsalted butter. You can get unsalted or salted. We're going to get unsalted. We're going to use a little bit of brown sugar. So brown sugar also comes in some shades. So often I will keep my brown sugar in the freezer. This is one of those airtight. You can hear that it's airtight. So it's super fresh in here. It stays fresh in here for a long time because you don't really use a whole lot of this throughout your cooking days, general everyday cooking. But it does make things nice and sweet. It's a great additive anytime you want to add a little sweetener. And it's better to use a light brown sugar than it is to use a white granulated sugar. But we're also going to throw some of that in there too. So I got some white sugar here. It calls for some ground cinnamon. So you don't have to go with like a special brand. Just use what brand is the cheapest. And it calls for some lemon. And today when I cook, I'm actually going to cheat and use lemon juice because I didn't want to cut one of our lemons. And then I said some apples. So each of you will have an apple, hopefully. Class keeps growing, so hopefully. And then we need a little bit of salt. Sea salt. Sea salt is a thicker granule, and that's what we're going to be using.